X-Jenna. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be going to the Rose Bowl Flea Market, and this has always been on my bucket list. I've always wanted to come here and treasure hunt because it's one of the largest flea markets in the US, and there's something like thousands of vendors, and I've heard you can be here for like hours, like 4 to 5 hours, and still not see everything. So we're driving down from Laguna because we're staying here to celebrate our 6-year wedding anniversary. So Husband of the Year award for Michael to take me to the Rose Bowl Flea Market. But we're excited. We're gonna see what kind of treasures we can find. I did invest in a cart, so that is exciting. Hopefully we can fill it with treasures. So we'll see you guys down there.
I wanna celebrate and have some fun tonight. I wanna show you all the lavish things in life. So raise your toast for all the good times that we'll have. It'll be like the movies, be like the movies. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming.
This is such a pretty booth. There's all of these little stone mortars. I love these for my Palo Santo scent sticks, and then I put a little bowl filler in them for the holidays. It's really cute. Do you know how much these are? 25? Okay, that's really good for these. And then they have these little stools too. I like to style with these. Maybe like on like a little shelf or something, or just for layering. Those are really nice. This is a pretty one too. And I love this with that mirror frame. That is gorgeous. Do you know how much this is, this art piece?
Which one?
This art piece?
45.
This is really pretty too for like a little planter in a yard. There's with some distressed wood. That's really cute. Do you know how much this is?
55.
55? And then how much are these stools? 65? Okay, thank you. I've also seen these are like old washboards, I believe, and I've seen people put little hooks on these like in their laundry room and stuff, just for like a pretty old texture. Love that. This stool is 85, and I love that it has this little iron detail. I think that's kind of different. I love that. It's an older stool, and then this is a really good deal on this, $45. Like, that's great. So they have a really pretty booth here. I love all of their things. She said she's been a booth owner for 20 years, and she's from China, or she gets a lot of her things from China. So I also love these pots. These are really beautiful. I have one of these, and I love to use it for styling like some of my little stems on like somewhere shorter, like a nightstand, or you know, on a shelf to complement a bigger one. All right, we made our first purchase. The flea market. You think there'll be more?
Yep. We only went down 2 aisles.
But those were like really good prices. Ooh, European linen, $40 each. This is kind of pretty with all that embroidering. These are really beautiful for like little styling pieces on a shelf. I love this bowl with a little chip in the corner. And then these are really beautiful too. I like these ones because they're glazed on the inside. So you could put some water in there and gather some flowers from outside and just have like kind of a rustic arrangement on the table or something. The booth owner just told me that these are from Hungary and that they were originally used for milk. So that makes sense why they were glazed on the inside. This like just for a little accent vase in front of a larger one, $25. I love these too, just for like a statement vase. It's really pretty with some rustic stems or branches in here. Lots of pretty art pieces here. There's so much art. I love all of these vintage sketches. Like that they're a set. That'd be so pretty in like a bathroom area or like a little vanity. This mirror's kind of cool too. This copper hanging rack is so pretty. You could use this to hang obviously like your pots and pans, but it would be kind of fun if you had a room with high ceilings to hang some hanging plants from. I think that'd be really cool. And just like the warmth of the copper is really pretty. This is like a really pretty kind of elmwood distressed side table, $225. It's pretty. Got lots of elmwood benches and stools. This table is really beautiful too. Got all of these little ornaments, the rustic ornaments for the holidays. This would be a fun one to style because it has this shelf down here. $5.85. It's really pretty. I love it when it has like all of that gorgeous, authentic distressing on the top. These guys are pretty too. These are $115, and you can see just all of that pretty distressing on the tops of those. I love these too because they have like a wider surface area, so you can place a lot of things like a drink and a candle and have some extra space. Just fun layering pieces next to a sofa or in front of a Christmas tree, just to add some extra texture and dimension. I have a couple of these, but I have a problem. I keep buying them. Also, they have a lot of these skinny benches like we have at the foot of our guest bed, and we have them kind of honestly all over our house. And I love these ones with the little winged detail. Let's see, $245. That's actually pretty good. And this one's super cool because it has all of these unique waves. Like I've never seen that before. That's really pretty. Ugh, look at this table. It's only $350. That's pretty good. Looks French maybe? I love that. Really beautiful for like a console table. I like the trestle detail too. You have all of these old bowls. $20. I love this booth. They have so many pretty things. Love all the old dough bowls. These are great for like centerpieces. You can prop them up against the wall or like style them on a shelf. All the glass here. These are kind of fun for some texture and shelf styling. I love that. This is kind of fun for like an entryway or something. You can tell like it's just handmade and it has a really pretty patina on it. Or even just like in a bathroom or like an empty wall, just to hang some things like a little purse and a hat, or like, you know, some dried herbs in a kitchen even, or some things like some spoons. I love those. It's kind of fun. Some different ones. Like this one because it's kind of like a funky shape. Also have vintage European linen bins for $20. I love all this embroidery. It's actually really funny because I'm wearing some, so it looks like I'm wearing what I'm going through, but it's such a fun little detail. The lace. It'd be fun if you sewed for some sewing projects. I love this one with the blue and white. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. A lot of them like have stains and stuff, but you know, you could always just use little patches of it. It's pretty. I'm obsessed with this frame. That is so pretty. The artwork's actually really beautiful too. She said the frame was $175, so a little more than I was wanting to spend, but it was really pretty. Oh.
That's what she wanted?
$175.
That's a little steep.
I know.
I would pay more than $25 for it.
Also too, I think it was because the artwork was in it, and like I liked the artwork, but I didn't love the artwork, but like I loved the frame. So, ooh, here's some more frames. Okay, this is more of along the lines of what I was thinking, because I have one at home that's just like this. So I kind of like that this one's a darker color, and this is really pretty. I like the coloring on this. I know. Something on my list is turquoise jewelry, and I don't know if I can afford actual turquoise jewelry, but I really like these little earrings. They're super delicate, but they kind of give off that turquoise vibe. I like these. It's also a cute little bracelet too. I like that one. So like this little pendant piece would be pretty layered with some other silver jewelry for a necklace. I don't know too much about silver jewelry, but it does look like it's signed in the back. Kind of like this bracelet too with like the blue and white. It's kind of fun. I don't think that these kinds of bracelets look good on me, but I think that that's pretty with all those colors and the beads on there. They have a matching necklace too. All these frogs are so cute. So you just put like flower stems in here, and then you put them in your vase or your bowl or whatever. You can make a cute little arrangement with these. Like this one for $10. Just simple glass. That's really pretty. These are like the little rugs that I have in our powder bath, the vintage rugs. They have lots of different ones. So pretty. I love that one. Woo, falling over. They also have really pretty pillows here too. I love these, just for a little punch of pattern and color. I'll insert a photo of the one that we have in our bathroom, but These are really colorful. Ours is a little bit more muted, but it's just kind of fun and different, you know? These pillows are really neat too. I love this one with like the greens and kind of the taupey colors. This would totally go in our front living room. That's like exactly our color scheme. It'd be a pretty lumbar pillow for our couch. I really like that. Do you know how much this one?
It's gonna be 100.
100? Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty. This booth is so cute. First of all, her tablecloth. And then I love, again, this frame. Like that is so beautiful. Just some really interesting pieces. Like I love these old books. And then look at this mini etched cloche lid. Like that is so sweet. Put that over like a little plate or something. Even this piece of art is stunning. I love it. All these like silver candlesticks. These chairs are kind of pretty for like an outdoor garden or a little bistro table or something. I like the shape of the back of them with like a cream cushion, and the legs are pretty too. It's kind of fun. Or this like for an herb garden. Some terracotta pots in there. Look at how cute these are. I love this one with a little stripe. I need more lumbar pillows. I don't really have a ton, but I like how these are kind of like a southwestern vibe, but they're still neutral. Ooh, this one is pretty. I love that. I like this one a lot too. These light fixtures are really cool. I love this one. I think they're handmade. This one's $100. Sorry, my shadow is ruining everything at this point, but I love the little detail around the rim too. They have some more over here too. They have the second one if you did them like over an island or something. It's really pretty. I love the color, just like the earthy feel. All these like little brass candlestick holders. Well, not little, but these are really pretty like on a mantle. Or even if you just mix some like thrifted smaller ones in with these, like on a tablescape, that'd be really pretty. These old inkwells make such cute little bud vases. I actually thought about putting these on my little horseshoes for the propagation things that I've talked about before. So, you know, you could liquid nails this onto the little vintage horseshoes that I have and then just propagate my plants on that and hang it on the wall. I love these wooden bowls. They're so perfect for styling on like a coffee table, especially if you get one that's really big and then it's flat. So it makes it easy to style a lot of things like a vase and a candle and some coasters. We have one and I use it all over the place. It's so versatile. This one is $159. So a little pricey. I think I got mine for like $45, but these are like those staple pieces that I always invest in because you can use them for so many different things and they're just so easy to style and they instantly make your space just look really rustic and give it more of a designer feel. This wooden tray is kind of cute for $30 too. The little silver edges. It's nice. It's got some distressing on the sides. It's a pretty one. This mirror is really pretty too to like mix in a gallery wall. There's some pretty detail. It's on the smaller side, but it'd be pretty just kind of like mixed in with some other pieces. It's kind of a pretty bag. Just even if you like set that next to a sofa and put magazines in it, you know? Oh my gosh, look at the little clasp. That is so pretty actually. This is also really pretty too, the sketch. Signed here. Look at all these artist coffee table books. Kind of want a Monet one. I've always wanted a Monet one. They have a couple different ones. This easel is really pretty. It's got some pretty distressing on it, just for displaying an art piece or even a TV, or if you like to paint. You know what you could even do that would be really fun and unique is you could make like a board and then have a bunch of hanging planters on it. If you like to have like a plant room or just something different, just be fun to give it a second life. Okay, so the market started to get super crowded around noon, so we decided to head out, and somewhere else that we were able to check out on this trip was Olive Atelier. And this is another vintage decor spot that had always been on my list, and it just so happens that while we were there, they were having their first ever sale. So the whole store was 30 to 50% off, and as you can imagine, there was a very long line to get in. And the way that it worked during the sale was that you were given hold tags to tag the items that you were going to purchase. So I got there right at opening and things went quick, but it was still really fun to look around and grab some vintage staples for our home. And one thing that I really wanted to find here was a larger Mediterranean floor vase, and these can be quite the investment. So I figured the sale was a great time to snag one, but I will say by the time that I got in there, a lot of the good ones had already been tagged. But I really loved these old distressed mirrors. The rustic wood is so simple and beautiful, and these would be gorgeous just propped up against a wall in a bedroom with a large plant next to it, or maybe even a large hallway to reflect light and make it feel bigger. They also had so many vintage breadboards. This is by far the biggest selection I've ever seen at one store, and these are perfect for adding that rustic European look to a kitchen just by simply propping them up against a backsplash. They had a ton of different shapes and sizes to choose from, and I loved the little winged shape of the smaller one and the beautiful patina on it. I also loved these ceramic vintage jars from Turkey. These were originally used to store food and oils, and I love the rustic Mediterranean look that they have. And I believe that they sell these and a lot of the other items that I'm showing, like the breadboards, online. So I'll link everything that I can down in the description box. But I also thought that this old Turkish village basket would be really cute for holding some magazines or books next to a sofa, or even styling some flowers or branches in next to a fireplace. And they also had a bunch of these mini elmwood stools that I love to use as a little rustic accent piece. These were only $35, and I believe that these are also available online as well. And I've always wanted a large French or Italian bowl like this to style on a shelf or a dining table. I just love the warmth of the ceramic clay and how the inside is usually glazed to hold liquids or sauce. And they also had a bunch of these bleached elmwood stools that are great for styling in a bathroom for that rustic spa-like feel, or just using as a little side table next to a sofa for somewhere to hold a drink or a candle. And they did have a bunch of these vintage stone troughs that are more commonly used in gardens as planters or converted into fountains. And I love the old world European feel that they can help add to an outdoor space. And they're definitely an investment, but fun to look at for sure. So after checking out Olive Atelier, we headed back to Laguna to do a little bit of thrifting. And this is the Assistant League thrift shop in Laguna Beach. And they had this cute little vintage crock with a lid for $20. And I thought that this would make such a cute utensil crock or a vase. I also really liked that it had a lid on it, so you could use it as a canister in your kitchen to store sugar, flour, oats, stuff like that. And then to go with the blue and white theme, they also had a couple of these blue and white Churchill plates from England that would be really fun for a plate wall or just to serve food on. And I also really liked these little artichoke candles. I thought that they'd be fun just placed along a tablescape, honestly in any season really, but they could be kind of cute for the holidays, and I loved all of the texture that they would add. And I also thought that these candle holders were kind of unique with the twisted iron detail and the round feet. The little artichoke candles would actually maybe be kind of fun on here, but it was $18 for the pair, and I liked how they were simple, but they still had something interesting in the details. They also had this beautiful recycled glass food display for $12 that would be really pretty just to use as a riser on a shelf when you're not entertaining. And then I also spotted this gorgeous crystal fairy light for $12, and I love how this would look with a candle popped in it at night with all of those beautiful cuts of glass, just like on a little side table or on a kitchen countertop. And I love seeing these old wine bottle glasses from time to time. I really need to start collecting them when I see them because I always see just a couple at a time, but it would be fun to have a set because they're great for putting out as water glasses on a table with a little carafe when you're hosting. They also had some fun little fluted glass candle holders for $3 each, and I like to collect these little taper candle holders in different glass shapes to kind of form a mismatched collection. I think that looks pretty when you run it down a tablescape. And then I also spotted a little marble treat display for $14, and I love how these just look popped on a shelf or a countertop in a kitchen with some treats inside. It just gives off a really cozy cafe-like vibe. And this sketch, you guys, Oh my gosh, it was so stinking pretty for 10 bucks. It was signed and I loved the old world European feel that was depicted in the imagery. So after thrifting, we walked back to our hotel to enjoy the last little bit of our vacation. We just hung out by the beach and enjoyed some really nice meals. So I hope that you guys enjoyed coming along on our trip with us. Be sure to hit that like button if you did. It really does help to support my channel, and make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss my next video, which will actually be a haul of everything that we found on this trip and how I'm planning to decorate with it. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one.